Personal log, Desiree Shaw, stardate 94772.89. Hey Josh, uh, I loved your fight scene. That was really neat how you did that. And the other scenes in the background, I could tell that you put a lot of thought into how you would make those coincide. That was pretty cool. Um, I am so sorry that you lost all that data. I've been through that before, and I know how much it sucks. But man, I am so sorry. At least you get another playthrough. I don't know if that could be seen as good, but I'm trying. As for your wall, I was originally going to say a couple posters, but then you said that you didn't really like the posters idea, so not saying posters. Actually, I was thinking, what about a coat of arms? I know you made that for your friend. Um, and speaking of coat of arms, I actually found this from my high school speech class. We had to make a coat of arms that represented us. So these are the symbols that I chose for that. I'm going to go over what these are. I found the website I'd actually used at that time because, like, the way that I drew the candle and the lamb with the cross and banner and the dove and the fish all looked almost exactly like this website, so I could tell that this is the one I used. And I want to put forth a little challenge. I want to see, I'm going to put a link in the description and see if you can make a coat of arms, not necessarily to put on your wall, but, you know, to see what represents you. And then I'll do one for now because I don't know if these, I mean, I know that they still represent me, but I don't know if they represent me as well as some of the other things might. I did notice while looking these up again, some of them are a little bit repetitive, which it makes sense because I was, well, and am very consistent with a lot of my stuff, so it makes sense that it would be. Okay, so getting started. The color of the main part back here is a dark blue. It represents truth and loyalty. As you can see, the sun rays, the Polaris symbol, the fish, the dove, and the candle all are either gold or silver. And the gold represents generosity, and the silver represents peace and sincerity. So that's why I chose those colors. The candle right here, there, it represents light, life, and spirituality. The dove up here at the top, it represents loving consistency and peace. Or, yeah. The fish, it represents a true generous mind, virtuous, and unity in Christ. The sun represents, let me pull it up, represents glory and splendor and fountain of life. I do remember that whenever I chose to put it there, I was mainly wanting to find something that just kind of brought the whole pieces together. And I remember thinking the sun would look really cool, especially since I added the pointy thing at the bottom. The lamb with the banner, that means faith, innocence, bravery, gentleness, purity, and a result spirit. And I did not actually find a description for the Polaris or the world. Now, the Polaris, I do remember why I chose that, but as for the world, I think I chose that because I was a traveler. I'm not 100% sure on that, but there was no symbol with Earth or world or planet. But I think that's why I did it, or it could be peace on Earth. Not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it was traveler because, you know, we did a lot of traveling. As for the Polaris, that was what I considered to be my symbol in high school. I chose it because it was the North Star, for one, it looks really cool. It's like a cross, so it kind of reminded me of like my Christianity and stuff. But it also let me know that I had a direction I was going, because everybody looks to the North Star to know which direction they are. Um, so yeah, this was the coat of arms, and I got 100 on it. Or, yeah. So, apparently I did pretty good. So yeah. What would your thing be? Like I said, I'm going to put the link in the description. So, just thought, cool combo topic. But yeah. As for the 3D printer, I think where you put it will kind of depend on where the doors are, to know if it's like, okay, is it coming in this way or is it going in that way, to know how to place it. So I don't really have a good opinion about that. Okay. For the first thing I would want printed, I've actually thought about this when you mentioned it. I had like 3 or 4 things, and then on this particular one popped in my head, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's the perfect thing, because I don't know if I could actually find this, or I might be able to find it, but I don't know quality wise or what. Sailor Pluto's transformation wand. That's what I would want. Usually people have her staff, they don't actually have her wand, so that's what I would want, is Sailor Pluto's transformation wand. Yeah. Just thinking about it makes me so excited, because, I mean, as you can tell and already know, I am super into anime, and I love Sailor Pluto. I cosplay her, so it just makes sense. So yeah. So, for the past couple days, they actually have been letting me run the crusher, which basically we put our big rocks in, and it goes into the hopper, gets fed in, crushed up, and then sent along a conveyor belt to be sent along the way. Well, I got to run it, and I'm probably going to butcher this, but for my amusement, your amusement, and anybody watching this, their amusement, I'm going to try it. Okay. It reminds me of a rocket ship every single time I'm in there, and it gets started, because it's like, wow, wow. And then it like pauses for a little bit while they're like getting everything else turned on. And then it goes, and it like stays that thing the rest of the time. It's like shaking everything. And so it's like, I'm getting sea legs. Like, yeah. So anyway, that's kind of what it sounds like. Not really, but that's the best I could do. Yeah, I actually get to use a remote controlled jackhammer, and the remote kind of reminds me of those robots that you used to do for Best Robotics. It reminds me of what those remotes look like. It's got like 2, just last name, joysticks. Yeah, it's got 2 joysticks. One of them has a trigger button, and it controls the arm of it, and so yeah, it's really cool. And okay, I've been meaning to do this for the last couple of videos. I just remembered to put it in. I'm gonna do this randomly or all the time, I haven't decided. Okay, here's the joke. Ready? Alright. What does a nosy pepper do? Gets all up in your business. Anyway, I love that. I saw it, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. Okay, so question, besides the, making your own coat of arms using the link below, what cosplay do you think I should do? I've got a couple in mind, but I just want to know, what's a character you think I should play, or a modification of one. Just let me know. I'll talk with you later. Love you, Bubba.